to the Director of Football, Journeyman. Today is the Europa Conference League best placed third qualifying round, leg 1 against Slovenian side NK Domžale. We're going to play both legs of this game today to see if we can make it into the next qualifying round, which we have already been drawn against Lokomotiv Moscow. So it's only going to get harder. But we're in the same group or the same round as Everton. Interesting. Is there any other interesting teams actually that have made it? Shakhtar, Feyenoord, Bordeaux, Panathinaikos, Atalanta, Young Boys or St. Joseph's. That's Besiktas, Rangers, Merani. Merani have made it. Oh my god, Merani. Who did you play in the last round? We played Hanvar Boltfeleg. What the fuck is Hanvar Boltfeleg? And Kaysar Kozlodar, a Kazakhstan side. 3-1 on aggregate. And then this must be like an Icelandic team. Faroe Islands. Okay, so Merani had a relatively easy time getting here. How are they getting on in the league? I actually haven't looked to see how Merani are doing. Third. Ooh. What did they get on last year? Fourth. Before that, fourth. Seventh. Ninth. Jesus Christ. This is when I left. I left at the end of that season. They've only just started picking back up now. Interesting. So yeah, we haven't made any signings since we were here last. We've had a couple of offers. Isaac Musa wants to leave, and Jesper Lindström wants to leave. Peter Poljak had an offer from Steaua Bucharest for 1.2 million. It was rejected, and like I said, nobody has come in. If the transfer history will come up, we haven't had any new players come in. We haven't had anyone else leave. So it's as you were. This is how we're going playing the first leg. We have Poljak in goal, Dunierski and Silvia as our wing backs, Tot and Ndai as our centre backs, Fugete and Clever in centre midfield, Soysalo and the Mask as our wide men, Lorenzi behind Markovic. The one game we did play was against Ujpest, beat them 4-1. Soysalo with the opener, Fugete got a double, and the Mask scored. The Mask, you may remember, was a bit last season. Well, he came off the bench in this one, and hopefully it's bringing it up. The Mask scored an absolute beauty of a goal in this game. So I just thought I might show you this. Look at that for a goal. Whoa. The man who scored 3 last season. Yeah, scored 3 goals in total in 38 games. Has already boshed in 1 after 2 substitute appearances. So he's going to start today, and we see how he gets on. Gabriel Henrique is injured, as is Kirko Babic. So those two sit this one out. And Argelain is going to sit on the bench today because he's one of our 3 strikers we have. Like 3 out-and-out strikers. We have the Mask, Markovic and Argelain. Winkler is not really a striker. 6 finishing. I don't really consider him to be a striker. Soysalo can play as a striker, but he's not really a striker. So, never actually hit. Yes. So we're going into this game with probably our strongest team that we can put out. I suppose you could say Fernandez instead of one of these two, Elber instead of Dunierski, but Dunierski's been on absolute tear this year. Left wing, completely open. I have no idea who our best left winger is, because Milchon's not been fantastic, apart from the first game of the season against that Moldovan side, but the Mask has been in good form, so I'm kind of hoping that we can just go out and do what we did in the last game, or the last 2 games, because we smashed that Moldovan side, and then we beat Ujpest quite handily. So I'm hoping that just continuing as we were, we will be able to do it against the Slovenian side. Please, for the love of God, Poljak, don't make a mistake. Thank you. Soisalo gets dispossessed, and now the Slovenian side straight at Poljak. Okay, this is fine. We're fine. We are, definitely, we're definitely fine. We are on key highlights, right? We are. Okay. We're on key highlights, and they've had an awful lot of highlights so far. Dunierski with the throw. Doesn't quite get anywhere. Kleber gets there. Picks it up. Fugete to Dunierski. Gets it across Kleber. Oh, that would have been a beauty of a goal. Unfortunately, not quite. Lawrence's already been booked, so is Aziz. Straight red. Without question, straight red. Why are we not tackling? Okay. They're down to 10 men. Their left winger's gone off, and they've got an Ngonch. They're stealing Loki Doki's tactics. Just having a Ngonch. Alright, let's bit of creativity. Soisalo. Dunierski on the overlap, completely ignoring him. But we get it to Dunierski, puts it across, and the mask has scored again. Does this mean that the mask is only going to score one more for the rest of the season? I hope not. I really want him to do well, because we kind of need him for the Hungary national team as well. We don't have a whole lot of good strikers in the national team, so I'm going to say I'm fair for please. I want us to push on a bit more. I don't like the fact we're going to get 5 subs. That is frustrating. So everyone's fired up and motivated. I'm not going to give anyone individual team talks to try and get them to get a bit more motivation, but Toth gets to Kleber to Fugete. And what an absolute beast of a goal. Fugete smashes that one in. You have to watch this again. This was fantastic. Fugete picks it up. Just a couple of touches, turns, and then just oof. Oh. Dabidosi expialidocious. I feel like the mask is going to either... Okay, I thought the mask was going to get sent off there for a second. Or he was going to win the ball back. I feel like there isn't like an in-between there. It's either he gets sent off or we keep the... or we win the ball. Spudic. Orbanic. Ndai wins the ball. Fugete puts Markovic through, and Markovic can't finish. The one issue we do have with our strikers is none of them are that good at finishing. They leave an awful lot to be desired in the finishing department. So it's a bit frustrating when they get an opportunity that they can't seem to score. Like in the Hungarian second division, the mask was miles better than everyone else, but his finishing wasn't great. But it was made up for the fact that none of the teams we were playing against were that good either. But now he's a little less prolific. But we're on the attack again, coming up on the hour. Dunierski. Is he going to shoot from there? He is, and the keeper pushes it over. That would have been some goal. I think we're going to make a couple of changes in just a moment. Yeah, we'll make a change now. Take off Ndai because he is booked, and I do not want my centre back getting sent off. We'll take off Soisalo because he is having a poor game. We're going to move Markovic to to the right wing and bring on Argyle. We'll leave it at that for now and see how we get on. We've really taken over this game. Markovic. Oh, he's only gonna put it under the keeper. 3-0. I thought this was, not gonna lie, thought this was going to be a very difficult game. Because the Slovenian side are quite good. Markovic just, yeah, we'll still make those changes. How have you been getting on? Like, they're second in their division. How have they been getting on recently? Third, fifth, third, second. They're constantly in and around the top 3. So I suppose you could understand why I would have been like, it's going to be a difficult game. It's not been. It really has not been a difficult game. Donierski is dying, but I want to bring on Borisenko. So bring him on for Clever. Captain Supreme is going to sit the last 10 minutes out. Fugete is going to move to a position he's more comfortable playing as a Mazzella, but he's not the player I want at the Mazzella. His work rate is quite good for box to box, so that's why he plays box to box. So we've come out of this game 3-0 winners. Delightful, fantastic. Guardiola's taken over at Inter Milan. Also, Jurgen Klopp is managing Benfica, which is interesting. We are going to skip the league game in between. I'll let you know how that gets on at the start of the next Europa Conference League game. So we will be back in just a second for that. Don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are, because it's going to be interesting to see how we get on in the home leg and see if we're going to make it into the next round to play against Lokomotiv Moscow. So back in a second. Right, fellas, we're back now for the second leg of our Europa Conference League best placed third qualifying round against NK Domzale. As you remember, we beat them 3-0 in the first leg. We're expecting an easy victory and a low turnout, with them bringing 30 fans with them. 30 fans. It's just fantastic. Since the last game, we have gone and played a league game where Kleber scored a penalty and the Mask scored a brace, which has brought his total to 4 goals this season, which is 1 more than he scored in the entirety of last season. So off to a good start already, which is that winger who we were trying to bring in on loan just disappeared. I didn't get told that he was, after rejecting the loan offer, or the club had rejected the loan offer, whatever happened, he's gone, and that's less than ideal. We have brought in 1 player and 2 have gone out. So Isa Musa has gone on loan to Croatia. Indeed he has. Best right winger at the club, but just don't have room for him. He also doesn't like me, so I wasn't overly bothered by the fact that he's gone. Don't know why he doesn't like me, apart from the fact that I didn't register him to play in the league. Probably why he doesn't actually make sense. And Jesper Lindstrom has gone to Romania, to that team whose name I can definitely say, I'm just not going to. Gone out on loan to them. A little disappointed that we couldn't fit him into the team. He's a decent player, but at the same time we have better options. And Ismail Gad, I gave him a nickname because his last name is a bit difficult to say. Gadzebekov. See if I try and say that quickly during the game. Not going to be able to. Don't think he's going to play a whole lot. He's cost 400k. He looks okay, but he's not amazing. Like, he's fine, but backup option probably for the majority of his time here. This is the team we're putting out there. Sylvia comes in to play at left back, which I don't remember. I think Elber played there in the last game. He's going to sit in the bench. Fernandez comes in for Ndai, just because I want to give Fernandez a little bit of game time. And other than that, we're playing pretty much the same team. Damask is having a good season on the left wing, so we're going to leave him there, see how he gets on. If he can continue his good run of form, I am more than happy to leave him play there for the season. And Milshawn can sit in the reserves or on the bench, because with 5 substitutes here we have to be a little more picky. Like Argelain can play as a left winger and a striker, Markovic can play as a right wing or a striker, Mask can play on the left wing or as a striker, Borisenko can play as centre midfielder. So Lorenzi is basically, if Lorenzi has to come off, one of the strikers comes on and we go to a 4-2-4. So I'm going to tell the lads we can't allow complacency, which, we can't. It's quite unfortunate for Elber that Donierski has decided to have an absolute worldly of a start to the season, because it is keeping my first choice right back out of the team. My first choice right back at club and country isn't actually starting all that often. Markovic, that was interesting, but went wide. I kind of want to play Elber, but with the way Donierski ended last season and has started this season so far, I can't see how we get him out of the team. And Clever, very close to scoring there, doesn't quite come off, but we have a corner from it. Fernandez doesn't get his head to it, and now the Slovenians are on the attack. Clever, is that a straight red? No, it's just yellow. Okay, that looked like it was going to be a straight red card with the way he came towards him. That being said, all in all, I'm not doing too bad. I'm going to ask for a bit of creativity, because we're 15 minutes in and we're not doing much with our opportunities. We've had one half chance to their one shot total. We've had pretty much all the highlights, but no goals as of yet. Lorenzi with the run forward, and what I was going to say, quite a safe by the keeper. Looked like it hit him. According to the commentary, it did not, which I find interesting. So we surely would have hit the woodwork? No. Okay, so he just hit the side netting really, really hard. In the last game in the league, the team we were playing, their entire midfield was built on ex-Dorogi players, which I found interesting because I didn't realise that Dema was after moving to them. But they had Dema and that guy who played like 3 games for us. The two of them were playing as their centre midfield partnership, and they got blown away. They were just shocking. And then they moved the guy who they signed off us, who's an attacking midfielder. They moved him to defensive midfield, which I've never considered him to be a DM. Then again, we don't play with a DM, as you'll already know, because, you're watching. We don't really play defensive football. I haven't played with a DM since Merani. Have I? Did I have a DM at Lombard, Pápa, Termál? Not that I can remember. I'm going to say far from pleased. We've not really done an awful lot in this first half worthy of telling the lads they're doing well, because they're really not. The Mask is having a poor game, back to normality. Sylvia and Toth are having interesting games. Sylvia, Fugete gets it out to Toth. Donierski, can he pass his man? He can't even get the cross in. Giorgio Toth for Fugete. Lorenzi, Clever, passes to Sylvia, dinks it across. Soy Salo. This is why Musa never got into the team. The team. What is going on with my face? It's not making the words in. It's Sylvia with the pass. Soy Salo just puts it past the keeper at the near post. We're going to praise the lads. We're doing well. We 4-0 up on aggregate. We have 3 away goals. They need to score 4 to go through. Their left winger is in their box. So it looks like they're playing quite defensive. Their striker is also sitting at the halfway line. Fukete just puts that one quite wide. We're going to take off Kleber because he's booked. And we're going to bring on Borisenko. And do I want to make another change? I think I do. Do I? No, we leave it. We leave it for now. There's no need to make changes just yet. Everything looks fine. Straight the 3/4 of our attacking line not having great games. Going to take. Kind of want to give Elber a run because he hasn't played too much for us this year, and the Mask's not having a great game. Bring on Argelain. In theory, we could go 3 up top still because Soisalo can play as a striker. It's not ideal for him, but it's fine. Fugede with the free kick. Fernandez just heads over. And we'll give the lads a bit of praise. We're 1 up, 4-0 on aggregate. We're going through. We are going to be playing Lokomotiv Moscow. Soisalo with the only goal of the game and the man of the match. Fantastic. Well done. Nice victory. Soisalo, man of the match. Performance was good. Thank you. Your performance was good. Thank you. So we have a draw against Lokomotiv Moscow. We've made £77,000 in that game. Next, we play Lokomotiv at home in the first leg. That'll be interesting. They've moved one of our games, which is no, the wrong button. When do we? Okay, so we play Lokomotiv next. I think we have to play both those games. If we don't, then we're going to be missing out on some European football. The interesting thing that I saw in the last round was Puskás Akademika were beaten by Real Betis, so they're out of Europe. Beaten 3-0. I'm interested actually how Ferencvárosi are getting on. How are ye doing? So they beat Istra 4-2 and they played Dynamo Moscow. They haven't played them yet. I don't understand how the qualifying rounds work because sometimes some teams are done their second leg when other teams haven't even started their first. It's confusing. And Videoton are in the Champions League. Yeah. So they beat AIK 3-1. They play Salzburg in the Championship Playoff Leg 1. So this game will decide if they make it into the group stage, which would be Dynamo Minsk are in a playoff against Aberdeen. So if they can win this, they get into they get into the group stage. If they can get into the group stage, that would be huge for Hungarian football. Because we're 22nd at the minute. If we can move up, then that would be delightful. The Paxi manager has also said that he reckons we're going to get relegated. I think he's an idiot because they're more likely to get relegated. So yeah, next episode will be the Lokomotiv Moscow games, and hopefully then that qualifies us for the group stage, which is, I meant to do stages, go back to last year. First, it's a knockout round. Oh, interesting. So we get into, is there no group stage? There is. I missed the group stage. We get to play some big-ish European clubs. Like Ferencvárosi knocked out Standard Liège last year. Puskás got knocked out by Spartak Moscow Mold. So yeah, like I said, next episode will be the Lokomotiv Moscow doubleheader. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Dorogi Futball, where we're going to be taking on Lokomotiv Moscow. hopefully we can make it to the group stage of the Europa Conference League, which would be the furthest I've ever made it. Well, it's currently the furthest I've ever made it in Europe, because the last time I qualified, we left the club before we actually started the European Games. But thank you very much for watching, fellas, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!